What's up, everybody? Before we get into it, what's up, Maven Nation? Today we're going to talk about how to unlock cash from your business without having to sell all of it. So I sold my business for $26 million, but that transaction happened over a period of 9 separate transactions. And so we're going to talk about ways that you can do that in your business as well. My name is Raleigh Williams. I'm the CEO of DealMaven.io, which is a marketplace to buy and sell partial interest in online businesses. So we're going to get into it. One of the hardest things that no one really talks about for entrepreneurs is you do all this work to try to figure out how to build something valuable, and then you start building something valuable and you start finding growth, but you find out that the more that you grow, the less cash that you end up having in your business, particularly if it's a physical product brand, an e-commerce brand. A lot of times you grow, and so you hire more people, and so the cash that was generated in the growth is required to support the new growth that you now have. And so every single level of growth, you have less and less cash as you have this asset that's growing. And so as you as a founder are trying to figure out, how do I take capital out of this thing so I can actually live the life that I want to live? I have a $20 million business, but I feel like I can't afford the things that I want to do for other people that have a $20 million thing. And so partial exits are one of the ways to do that, and it's to solve that problem where you as a founder don't have to wait to get all of the liquidity of building a business on sale, but you can take cash out of the business along the way and keep running the business. And so one way to make a partial exit happen is by buyouts. And so this happens when you don't actually sell anything that sits within the business. Here we have a business with all of these things that sit inside of the business, and then you have these owners that sit up top. And so one of the things that happens is the people that you start the business with, as you go from a $0 business to a $20 million business, a lot of times these owners, things happen in their life. They get divorced, they have kids, medical bills, hospital bills, whatever. And the people who at the very beginning of the business said that they were going to be great, they were going to be awesome, and they were going to do everything that they said that they were going to do. After you've been in business together for 3 or 4 years, maybe they don't show up as often as they used to. Maybe they're golfing or they're out on the beach while you're still grinding in the business. So one way that doesn't necessarily unlock liquidity for you right off the bat, but it cleans up the partnership that you're operating in and makes the business a lot more enjoyable to be in, is by doing partner buyouts. And so one of the easiest ways to do that is by what's called a Mexican shootout, where you as the partnership all get together and you say, we're going to come up with what the value of this business is. So if this business ultimately is worth $1 million and each partner has 33% of it, one partner ultimately is going to end up with the business. And so these owners all decide, are they buying everybody else out for $666,000 or are they selling their interest for $330,000? Especially when you have owners that can't really agree on things, or like they can't agree on what the growth of the business should be. When owner 1 wants this to be a lifestyle business from now on and they just want to play golf and call it good, owner 2 and 3 want to keep charging ahead for $1 billion business. Partials make sense there, where this owner basically gets bought out and their interest goes to these other people. Another way to unlock liquidity for you as a founder is by doing spin-off deals. This happens when you have a business that's been around a little bit longer. It happened in my business for myself. We ended up being in trampoline parks, escape rooms, axe throwing bars, brick and mortar locations. We owned warehouses. We kept growing and growing, and we thought that we were building this conglomerate of a business with all of these different business lines. And then once we decided that it was time for us to start looking towards an exit, we found that there were people that wanted to be in the trampoline park business, but they didn't want to be in the real estate business, or they wanted to be in the real estate business, but they didn't want to be in the escape room business. And so there wasn't one person that could write us a single check to take us out of the whole thing, because everyone had their own different investment profiles of what the business they really wanted to be in was. And so what we needed to do is we did some partial exits so that way we could clean up the ownership structure. And then we also started to do spin-offs. So one of the easiest spin-off deals that you can do if you have a business that's like a service component business, but it also has real estate, is you can do what's called a sale leaseback, where you sell the real estate asset to a third party and then you sign a lease back to yourself and you become the tenant of the piece of real estate that you used to own. And typically businesses do these sale leasebacks because it creates a lot of cash that goes into the business. You can redeploy that cash into higher return investments for the business. And another thing that we did in order to make a spinoff happen is we started to sell off individual business units instead of trying to sell the whole thing completely. And so one of the best people that ever did spinoffs was Jack Welch. He was the CEO of General Electric. He came into General Electric, and General Electric was in these thousands of business lines. They had their hand in everything: real estate, appliances, cars, automotive, everything. And so Jack Welch came in and he said, if we can't be first or second in whatever market we're in, we're selling the business off. And so they did all of these spin-off transactions in the 80s and 90s to simplify the business, to get down to what General Electric ultimately wanted to be in. And so they maintained the really good businesses, and they spun off the other businesses to other people who wanted to be in those businesses. And so spin-offs are a great way to kind of simplify your business and really start simplifying what types of businesses you want to be in. And so all of these things, and there's a bunch of other strategies that we go into in other videos, but these are the two biggest ones that can start simplifying your business, unlocking liquidity for you as an owner, and help you make some money along the way as you're growing your business. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.